Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This time we're going to be taking a look at some of the new cards that have been revealed on Twitter. Just like we did yesterday and the day before. Alright. What? Okay, this is a landmark. 5 mana! The University of Piltover. Landmark. Round start. Discard your hand. Create 3 random cards in hand. And grant them fleeting. What? Oh, this is a joke. Alright, well, this is the meme. How do you... The only way this works is with discard synergy, right? Right? Unless there's like another champion that works well with discard, that could be the new Piltover champion, whoever they may be. Jeez. But right now, the only real big synergy that I can think of is with Jinx, and Jinx is not going to run a 5 mana landmark card. So this card is pretty much a meme. It doesn't really have any place in any decks that I can think of right now other than discard. Maybe like some sort of discard control, but like at that point, is it really a Jinx deck? I don't know, because Jinx screams aggro. But yeah, it'll certainly be a fun card to play with. That's all I can say. The only way this will ever be viable is if there is a card or a champion specifically that synergizes with this immensely. Like with specifically fleeting cards. That would be interesting. You could have like a champion that synergizes with fleeting cards that would work well with TF. And then you would play TF, and then you would play this card. It could work. It could work. It wouldn't be... I wouldn't say it would ever be very good, but that's the only way this thing could be viable. Otherwise, it's just a meme. It is just a meme. Alright. Poro. Another Poro. A 2 mana Poro. Patched Porobot. Oh, I like this art. While in hand, I have a random keyword that changes each round. When I'm summoned, grant me this keyword. Holy crap. Is Poros actually a thing? Piltover has the most Poros besides besides Freljord. Could you... Okay, so Poros never had a 2-drop. This is the Poro's first 2-drop. Minus the Poro Herder. And you can't always play Poro Herder on 2 because you might not have your 1. So you have your elusive Poros in Piltover, which is... Elusive is just a strong keyword in general. And then you got your buffs in Freljord to buff up that elusive into a good win condition. You also have a lot of 1-drop synergy in Piltover. And you got a lot of the good Poros in Freljord. And like Freljord and Piltover have the best Poros in the game now, especially with this one, because now they have a 2 mana 2/3 is a solid stat line on its own, and then allowing for this Poro to like get the chance to higher roll on a keyword is crazy, especially since it will scale with the buffs that it gives. Some great keywords, some examples would be regen, it would be toughness, elusive, challenger. Oh my gosh, the only bad one is ephemeral, because then it will die. But then you just don't play it. And that's only one bad keyword. Am I thinking of a tune? You could get a tune. Wait, is a tune really count as... Yeah, I guess it counts as a keyword, right? No. Does it? You could get lifesteal. Lifesteal would be crazy on this card. It would make it... That's extremely good high roll against aggro. Because of the 3 health and benefit of buffing it. Oh my god, this is the possibilities with this. I'm making a Poro deck. Move aside, Tom Kench Soraka. I'm playing patched Porobot in a Piltover and Zon with Freljord deck. The moment the... Oh my goodness. I'm hyped for this card. This card is super hype. What the fuck is that? 3 mana, 1/1, elusive Mumble Sprite, and it is ephemeral. Interesting. I do notice that there is no crystal here. No. So it's a token. So would this synergize with Hecarim? We don't even know what it's the token of, so we can't really. 3 mana. Okay, so Trevor Snoozebottom, 3 mana, 0/3. Support, create an attacking Mumble Sprite with my supported ally. What? Hold up. Wait a minute. That's doubling up on stats. That's pretty good. And those stats are elusive, given that the Mumble Sprite is an elusive. How good is that? It's almost like another form of elusive finisher. There's quite a bit of those. There's Stargrazer right now that was recently revealed. Fae Wirefinder also counts, and then Cygnus the Moonstalker. Yeah, so there are different ways to get the elusive, but the difference is for this one is that it's a support, so it has support synergy, which is a good thing. And gosh, and it doubles up on stats. Oh my goodness, as an elusive. This is... my brain is imploding right now. The possibilities with this are almost endless. You can use it on a big dude to double the stats on that big dude, so now you have a double threat, with one being an elusive. And we're going to assume that Hush is going to be changed or reworked, so now it can't do both. It can only choose one or the other. So it could be very interesting. Ooh. Of course, the biggest benefit is the 3 mana. This card having 3 mana really puts this in a good space, because now it has that doubling effect, but it costs less. And for most combo decks, the less mana that you're spending on each combo piece, the better, because then you have more flexibility, more options. It's why Fae Guide is not considered to be really good, because first off, it's 4 mana, and though it grants the elusive, it has an underwhelming stat line. Now this one also has a very underwhelming stat line. The difference is it has 3 mana. It's not pretending to be a solid blocking unit like Fae Guide. This is, I want to double up my stats on my attack so I can finish the game, and I'm going to do it with 3 mana. So it's a very good combo piece. Very good. Ignore my family yelling. Alright. Oh, I missed it. 2 mana, Nopeify, fast speed. Stop a fast or slow spell that costs 3 or less. Is this even good? I mean, like... Deny? I mean, it costs 2 less than Deny, but is by far less flexible. You can't stop War Mothers with this. There's so many more big, slow spells or bigger, fast spells that you want to stop in a lot of matchups. This one is limited to 3 cost or less. And it only says fast or slow. So I'm assuming that means it can't stop skills as well. So it could not stop Vladimir's skill. Whoa. Okay. I mean, it could be good if you in a deck that's trying to stop Fervor. Anything that like costs exactly 3 mana that's a big threat would be or 2 mana, 2 or 3 mana fast or slow speed cards could be really important for this card to be a tech against. So like Fervor, Make It Rain, Mystic Shot, sometimes even Thermo Beam, because sometimes Thermo Beam costs less. That's an interesting interaction right there. Things like that are what you want to run this card into. And if you don't find those kind of cards, or a deck that runs those kind of cards, it kind of feels like this card is basically useless in your deck. Like, unless there's like some deny synergy in the future, I don't really see much potential in this card, other than as a flex for a meta of really low cost spells, fast or slow speed spells that would burn you down or you would want to survive. And even then, a lot of like aggro decks run Decimate, and Decimate can't be stopped by this card. In those cases, you would rather have Deny. Whew. I mean, maybe you. To be fair, Make It Rain is really oppressive right now. So what you could do is you could do if you're playing like a Young Witch deck, you might just slot in a couple of Notifies so that your Young Witch and your Fleet Feather Tracker don't die, because that would be nice. You don't want them to die. You need this as backup. Problem being, you would not be able to play them on curve to have this as backup. Man, it's an okay card. Alright, it can see play. It's just super niche in certain metas. But I don't think this card is crazy whatsoever. It's an interesting card. I'm glad they printed it. I'm glad there's more deck building options that, like, if you want to stop a spell, then you can only do it with Deny. Seems like a silly design concept. Having some other options, whether they be more niche or not as good in certain cases, seems to be a good direction to go. So I'm happy that this card is printed, but I most definitely won't be using it unless the meta calls for it. And that is all. Wait. Oh, that was an interesting. Sorry. I just noticed. So if you like. Okay. You could do a deck like that, I guess. But that's besides the point. I thoroughly enjoyed this reveal.